Hello, it's the Rev Pipster here. I think news over the weekend of what's happened in Syria with the brutal massacre, any way you can describe it, of dozens of children receiving head wounds from shells, from gunshots, and other things as well. I think is it's received international condemnation, and rightly so. And I know pretty much that the perpetrators who are doing this, whoever they might be, because they're accusing the Syrian authorities, they're in turn accusing terrorist groups, and likewise is just going to be one of those things. Unfortunately, this is war. The only way I can describe it, it's war, be it terrorism, whatever. These civil war. This is what it's all about. Killing. The horror of it still beggars belief. But what can be said is this: is that when a man under orders from a superior, whoever they might be, or a woman under orders from a superior, whoever she might be, whoever the superior might be, goes out and commits an act of terror and murder of innocent people, and especially children, you'll never escape. You'll never escape it. You'll never escape the memory. You'll never completely wipe it clean. You will know when the battle is over. You will know that you did it. Your conscience will tell you that you did it, and there's just no escaping of that. It will live with you for the rest of your life. You can explain that away. You can say, "Oh, I was just following orders." You can even justify doing it. Those young kids, they deserved it. They were going to grow up to be Avengers. They were a different class of people than us. They were descendants of people who would follow a form of teaching which is against the teaching of your religious, political, social beliefs. But you'll never escape the fact that ultimately you did it. And it's shocking. It really is shocking. I saw a movie the other day, which Ukrainian or an American film backed by a Russian-speaking Russian-speaking company, production company, and it showed reconstruction of Auschwitz, and this particular scene was of a German soldier who would, rather than gassing babies, would shoot them. And Hover actually showed the actual baby's face. It did up until the pull trigger, you just look back at the head and then that blood coming out in front, I think. And once again, the horror that educated people could do such things. Anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. If they were brainwashed in such a way, convinced in such a way they were doing the right thing. But you can't ever get away from the fact that, yeah, you did it. You are ultimately responsible for those that atrocity, and that's what it's going to be for these people. In you know, it will come back to them again and again and again in their lifetime. They might genuinely believe. That those children deserve to die. That the world is a better place now those children have gone. They might genuinely believe that. With sin you can justify anything in one's own mind. But memory it happened will always be there when they pick up a child of their own. That's why I often wonder, they're gonna, when they pick up their own children, their grandchildren, maybe in some cases the great-grandchildren if they live that long, and they see those faces, I wonder what's going to go through their conscience, because they will have that. And likewise, I was watching a BBC documentary on, it was called Hitler's Children, where they interviewed the descendants, the children, the brothers, the sisters, the grandchildren, the great nephews and nieces of the senior Nazis. And really poignant point, as a father myself, struck me that they had this guy who said, you know, I never remembered having any affection from my mother and father, and I was determined that my children would not go through that. Yeah, sometimes you cannot blame, you cannot say the children are the same as their fathers and then their grandfathers. Sometimes they do change. We actually see it in the Bible quite a lot, where you have a king who's a really good king, and one of his sons takes over, and his son turns against the God of Israel, and follows all the detestable gods of Baal, etc. And the same thing where you get a son whose father was a real rotter, child sacrifice and all the other things that used to go with this pagan worshipping, and yet they went against the grain and turned the country back to Jehovah God. And I can only hope that the one true God of the universe, the creator of heaven and earth, will bring peace to those parents and bring peace to the world in one form or another. because you know, people have got to change. We'll see more atrocities like it. There are people going around in Northern Ireland right now and the Republic of Ireland looking to buy arms to try and restart the conflict in Northern Ireland, killing people, blowing people up, killing children indiscriminately. Same thing, but you commit these horrible crimes and you can justify them as much as you like, but the memories and the horror will never leave you. Justify your actions as much as you like, but the memories of carrying these horrific things out will never ever leave you. And I just really pray for God's love and mercy on Syria right now. And I trust in the Holy God of Israel, the one true God, that He will work with, protect and use whatever necessary means there to bring peace into that situation. That the Christians in Syria will become beacons of God's love in that place. I pray for their protection and also pray for boldness, that they will make a stand for truth and expose the horror and these murderers for who they are.